I'm good. I'm good.
There we go.
Mm-hmm.
It's streaming. My hair is still...
Streaming.
Excellent connection. My hair is still damp.
Streaming. Because you showered.
Well, it just takes a while to dry.
You worked outside today, right?
I did. I cut the grass and
Cut the grass.
watered
and
plants and fed the squirrels.
Cut the grass and mowed the lawn.
Cut the grass and mowed the lawn, yeah.
That's what I just said.
And swept up leaves
Didn't
and
make any sense, did it?
raked up some leaves.
Oh boy, he was a busy go.
I was. So after all that, yeah, I had to wash my hair again.
Oh yeah, this is this was a Japanese.
And where'd you get that guitar? Oh, and
Domino time. There's no room for me here.
Okay. Well, sorry.
I got this up the street at that one guy's sale. Way out of tune.
You might want to...
No.
This whole light fell. I forgot we didn't have it secured. Normally we have the sandbag.
Boy, you're really prepared.
I'm so prepared for this podcast. Wow.
You're gonna have to run and get me some.
Let me put something on it.
Go
Here.
grab some. Aren't they in the living room?
Are they? Let me
I
go
thought
look.
or are they over here?
I don't know where they are.
You're gonna have to find me some sandbags or something heavy.
Oh, there's one over here.
Yeah, I thought I saw one over there.
Hold on.
You get to
Hopefully
see
now
this
one
live.
doesn't fall
Oh,
over.
well, that's the one for that one, honey.
Well, it was. Well,
Well,
it
if
looks
it's-
like mine's better
alright.
than yours. So, here, use that.
Giving me?
Give us a minute, guys. Everything's all going
There we go.
sideways.
That seemed
here.
to help. Okay.
And hold on, let me put something over this. Maybe don't play the guitar right now.
Well, it's too late for that. Did I break that? I don't think I broke
Maybe wait.
No.
Do that another time. All right, so okay, so we've got Garas Fan, Seth Martin, Wiki Bobby, and Bone Jangler. Bone Jangler was first in the chat. And let's see. Seth says sweet guitar.
It's just really wide action. It's not my kind of, you know. I did the yard sale, just kind of picked it up. Looked it up. It's from 1972, so it's a little bit older. It's almost old as me.
Vintage.
Yeah, and I looked it up. The maker. To me, it's wide. It looks like it should be like a flamenco, you know, with the nylon strings. I think it should have been nylon strings.
You're speaking a whole nother language.
Looks
I'm
like
just
the
going to
Torah.
nod and smile like I know what you're talking
like
about.
a flamenco or Spanish guitar, you know. With
Bones says that neck is really wide.
It's super wide, and it's got. I think that those are more for nylon strings. That's kind of the tuning heads on that, because you know the tension from metals, from steel strings. It's a lot, and it looks like it cracked up the plastic in there.
Pastor of Muppets says the flea market looked warm. Indian summer in Ohio.
It is warm. It's still warm.
It's still warm. Well, Guardian summer. We're having a Guardian summer. We'll go with that. There's actually a local radio commercial that says Guardian summer, and I thought that was funny. Connie
I'm
Cleary is
listening
here.
now. I gotta go down lower.
Wiki Bobby's here. He says, was the air conditioner at Cinema Wasteland out Sunday?
It was out. I saw he was.
It was really warm that day.
And
yeah.
imagine me. I was feeling all the pain. No, it was. I don't know how to explain
I don't know.
it.
They have the AC running, but you know, it's a lot of people in there.
And it didn't
so.
stop anybody from asking me if I was hot. Of course, I'm
Everyone
hot.
asked you that.
Son of Ghoul really can't look at me because he's.
Every time he asks, yeah.
It just baffles him how I could wear that thing all day.
Woyro says it's warm over here in Rochester, New York, too. Yeah, it's like kind of unseasonably warm. We're having a couple more warm days, and then it's supposed to be cool and rainy this weekend. And I like the cool, rainy weather.
It's going
better.
to cool down between 15 to 20 degrees. It seems like by next week.
Yeah.
Things will start. You know, the temperature's going to go down, which is good.
Yeah,
You know.
I want the fall weather.
Yeah.
I'm ready for fall. Seth says those record albums were sweet. Tomb of Ligeia is great. So
those were
yeah, the
laser
flea
discs.
market video has been uploaded, guys. If you haven't seen it, you can go on our channel and check it out later. But yeah, you found some cool things for only 25 cents each.
Yeah, I found some laser discs. That a couple horror ones. I found that Tomb of Ligeia. I think that's how you say it. At Vincent Price movie, and the Reanimator, which I sold at Cinema Wasteland.
Yeah, that was great. You found that right before Wasteland and sold it there
And,
to a collector.
Yep. yeah, the going price was only $25 on eBay. They don't go for a ton. So, but that's what I got for it. I turned 25 cents into $25. That's good any day, right?
Yeah, Marty's here. He says, I want the fall weather too.
Oh, there he is. Hey, we got to see Marty.
I want my pumpkin spice weather.
We've got a lot to go over. Tons to oh my God, this Wasteland, we're still reeling from it, I think, a little bit.
We are. So, okay, let's introduce ourselves. People don't know.
I know. In
case someone stumbles upon this video and they're like, well, who are these people?
That's fine. We can do the intro, the proper intro. So you ready?
Yes.
Okay, let's do this. Hey everybody, welcome to another exciting episode of
Living the Scream! The behind the scenes of The Mummy and the Monkey. So we are The Mummy and the Monkey. This is a behind the scenes podcast where we talk about a show that we host where we're dressed in character and we play B movies. And then the other side of it is we talk about the reselling and scavenging adventures, finding collectibles and cool stuff that we could either collect or sell online.
That's right, yeah. Very well put, Janet. That's the best description of this show. Yeah, and if you follow our show, the Mummy and the Monkey's Hairy Scary Hangout, you know that we were off this past Friday because we attended the fall Cinema Wasteland show in Strongsville, Ohio. That's right. They do the show twice a year, once in spring and once around fall.
Yes.
And and it was and it's twice a year, and it feels like we just did the last one. I remember every detail of the April show. And
it goes by
really.
Yeah, it goes by really fast in between shows. Mm-hmm. You think, oh, the next show's 6 months from now. We've got all this time to prepare. And then you blink, and then it's like over. Next week again.
and it's over already.
Yeah.
But the spring show I thought was good, but this one seems just a little. I don't know what it was, but the interesting thing is not just us. It seems like that seems to be the consensus to a lot of the vendors and people that attended, that it was a little bit like I don't know. It was just like a more intense, better one. Like it just had a lot of nice feels to it. It
had really good vibes. It just had it was a good feeling all around. Friday started out kind of slow. So like Friday I'm like, I don't know. But we did run into some cool people Friday while we were there.
Yeah, for us Friday, a lot of the regulars come on Friday.
Yes.
And then they return on Saturday, but some people are only there for one day, and Friday's the day that they come.
Well, there's regulars, and then there's also like the diehard collectors where they want to be there Friday when the show first opens.
So it's business.
To get first dibs on the stuff they're looking for.
Right. So they're all, we have the Terminator vision on where they're just honing in, looking for specific stuff.
Yeah, they're on a mission just looking for certain things for their collection.
And I was on a mission too, because this is one where I thought, hey, you wanted to bring Halloween stuff to sell, in addition to our Mummy and the Monkey merchandise.
Yeah, so we had a table set up, and half of it was our Mummy and the Monkey merchandise, and the other half was our retro Halloween stuff that we wanted to part with. And you had some VHS and some other things.
I had some nice VHS that a lot of it was on eBay, but it wasn't selling. And I thought, well, some of it has to do with maybe... I know. Are we talking about eBay first, or going to Mummy and the Monkey?
I think it's all mishmashed
they probably
together.
You want to do a mishmash one?
Let's do a mishmash one.
Let's do a mishmash one.
Yeah.
So, perfect, I think, because that's really represents our Wasteland weekend with what we were doing selling there.
Anyway. Was a mishmash.
Yeah, because some people came by our table, didn't know who we were, but they bought Halloween decorations and VHS tapes, and that's all they cared about, and that's fine.
And then we gave them a flyer so they know why the hell we're dressed in character. So they know what we're doing.
We were just like vendors selling stuff, trying to get extra attention to buy our VHS
We're like,
stuff.
Hey, thanks for buying Halloween stuff. Hey, here's a flyer so you could see what we're about. Check out our YouTube.
Yeah, so my plan was, I said I have a lot of stuff in my inventory that for whatever reason, and this is why I asked you that question, it's not selling on eBay, and there's so much going on with the way eBay's been structured lately to where, and I understand why they're doing it, but to me it's almost like kind of foolish, and they must have the numbers in front of them to be able to do this. But what I'm talking about is that there's sort of we heard other resellers talk about this, how eBay is like kind of turning into pay to play. In other words, even though you might have hundreds or thousands of listings, stuff listed.
Yes.
If they encourage, eBay wants you to do things called promoted listings, where you pay a few cents or they shave off a few more cents of the sale.
Yeah,
if you promote it.
Where you pay extra in fees.
Do you pay that ahead?
In hopes it sells faster.
That's
when
taken
it
out.
Sells.
Or when it sells.
When it sells, they take that out.
Oh, okay.
When it sells, it's taken out.
Well, too bad. But a lot of sellers don't want to do that, and you got it's like a 50-50. Some sellers swear by it. Some say I'm doing fine without it. Matter of fact, I even put a bunch of stuff up with it, and it didn't sell any different than the stuff I sold.
I refuse to pay to play. I'm already paying for my store subscription. I already pay the final value fees. I will not pay for promoted listings.
And you also pay for a store monthly.
Well, yeah, I said I already pay for the monthly store subscription fees.
Right.
Plus, I pay the final value fees.
Right. So there's two charges right there.
I refuse to pay for promoted listings.
So, okay.
But a lot of the items that I'm trying to find and that I'm listing these days are items that aren't as common. I think if you're selling more common things where it's kind of flooded, you might have to promote your listings.
Maybe. Well, but I think
or figure out something else.
And I would have to wager that I would say probably 60 to 80% of stuff that both of us sell in our stores isn't common everyday stuff. So
yeah.
But anyway, I'm trying to break this all down so people know what we're talking about. So how does that affect anything? Well, here's the thing that boggles my mind. The theory is that if you don't choose to do promoted fees, that eBay doesn't necessarily bury your items on purpose, but things just don't pop up when people search for them. I guess other ones do.
Well, and I noticed the search engine's a little wonky. Like if I'm looking for certain things, like as a shopper, sometimes it takes a couple tries to find what I'm looking for. Mm-hmm. So I think their search engine needs improvement too.
Do you think it's affected by the promoted?
I have a feeling the promoted listings is affecting it.
So
we took some stuff out of our eBay store that was like retro Halloween or VHS to bring to Cinema Wasteland because we thought, well, if people see that in person, maybe they'll want to pick it up. And we did sell a lot of it.
Yeah, I mean, we do. We think. I mean, I think people out in eBay land that the buyers out there that look for stuff, it's the same thing. That they see it, they buy it. But that's the thing. If they see it, so around this whole, so the conspiracy or the theory or whatever you want to call it is that, my question is, why would eBay intentionally not let your stuff be seen if you're not promoting it? When they get a cut of it anyway if it sells.
Well, they get even more if it's promoted. And technically, their sales are up, and it's all from promoted listings. It's not from new buyers.
That's like firing people to save money for the next quarter.
Yeah. And then saying, oh, our sales and numbers are good, but it's because you fired people, or because you're charging us more.
I worked for companies, and there's one
rather than try to get new buyers to go to your website.
There was a company I worked for in particular that was their MO. If they had a bad quarter or whatever, they would fire people.
That's big business, though. They do that all the time. They make some of them make the worst decisions, in my opinion.
It is such a bean counter thing, but I know it's a business. First, I get that. But it seemed like eBay was doing great before they started getting all ultra.
It's whoever's in charge now. They didn't have that like a couple of years ago. It's like kind of a recent thing. But let's get into. There's a lot of awesome comments and questions and things. Let's get into that, and then we'll continue on.
And we're going to show you our booty.
Yeah.
Stuff we got at Wasteland.
Bargain Barons are here.
Ooh.
Hi, Bargain Barons. And if you guys haven't checked out their channel, check them out. They put out a lot of great videos. They find some really cool stuff. There was a video I watched of theirs where Karen found gold and silver. I saw
that. I saw
they found some good stuff.
I saw the thing for it, but I didn't get to watch it yet. See.
Silly Snot says Bone Jangler is so awesome. He is everywhere.
Oh yeah! Hey, congratulations to Bone Jangler. Recently had celebrating his 22nd year doing his Bone Jangler show.
Yes, happy anniversary!
As a horror host,
doing your show, Bone Jangler.
Yeah,
and he had his anniversry show on Saturday.
And the repeat is tonight.
And it repeats tonight
on the Monster Channel.
Yeah.
So go to that, and I'm definitely gonna watch. I missed Daytime Dungeon last Saturday because we were at Cinema Wasteland. But we got home, slid in the first base. What did we get? Oh, we got Arby's.
Arby's.
That was the worst part of the weekend, by the way.
The Arby's wasn't very good.
No, we're on the fence. I mean, Arby's can't have, but it just didn't come through for me that night.
It wasn't that
it's
great.
Hit or miss with them. So.
Yeah, sometimes they're pretty good. Sometimes it's not so good.
And for the Bone Jangler show, we should either gotten a pizza, right, or Burger King.
We should have just ordered pizza that night.
I thought Burger King was.
We usually do pizza on the weekends.
I know.
Seth says you could do a home shopping network segment on the Mummy and the Monkey
We
show.
thought about doing that. Call it Boo VC.
Or the Haunt shopping network.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, we've considered doing little videos like that. And Fluff Chick Productions gifted one of the Mummy and the Monkey memberships to Joe German. So thank you, Fluff Chick. That's really sweet.
Fluffs. I was going to say something.
And then Draugr says, ooh, hope to see some Halloween stuff at the Akron show.
You will.
Well, we will be at Akron Comic-Con. I mean, we could bring a few things, but
Halloween's
usually
year-round,
in November, Halloween is year-round, but usually in November, there's a lot of people thinking Christmas time by that point.
But people, we'll bring all kinds of stuff.
Maybe we could bring a few vintage collectibles.
So my plan was, what I did was I pulled stuff out, a lot of my Halloween stuff out of eBay, VHS tapes, decorations, stuff like that. I sold, and so my plan was to bring them, sell them at Wasteland, and use that money to buy my stuff instead of taking it out of my bank account, which is kind of the same thing, except they didn't have to tap into it.
So it's like you're trading stuff for other stuff.
And it worked like a charm.
And it worked.
I had enough money
to buy. So you
to
didn't have to, take out more money to spend.
I didn't have to go into my any of my, the savings or checking for spending cash. I made my own FU money there. It was great.
It was like the James Yard sale there.
And I ended with a pretty decent sale at the end and didn't spend that till I had to get a flat tire fixed. But anyway, that's a whole different story.
Another thing.
But that was a Monday thing. That had nothing to do with the week. It didn't mar the weekend.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it was all around, we got stacks of stuff. People brought us stuff, which is always nice.
It was really sweet. So we got to meet Benjamin, and Benjamin was super sweet, super friendly, really nice kid.
Yes.
And he gave us a bag of snacks.
They're the grandson of the couple that is known as the Butler did it. Yes.
Yeah, the Butler did it. That family came out.
This is the second time we got to see them.
We got to meet them.
They were super sweet. It was fun. It was always nice talking to them. And they brought their grandson Benjamin, who was a really cool dude, and he brought us some snack toys. And then what happens today? We get a huge box in the mail from Greg Tominski. Our snack. We're gonna be
the Snack Master General sent us a giant box of goodies. So I think,
my Lord,
we'll maybe save that for next week since we already have the bag of treats.
We're gonna be good this October.
We'll open that next week.
Yeah, Greg, you get a heads up that we will be opening up not this Friday, but next Friday.
Next Friday.
But we'll look into it to make sure it's not we need to refrigerate or anything, right? Should we check that out? Okay.
Because we'll have the Benjamin snacks for Friday.
Actually, we'll have those for if all things go right, that Friday the 13th show. That's when that'll be.
Ooh.
Which we won't talk about yet because we need to.
We're hoping this all works out. We have something super special planned for Friday the 13th. Mm-hmm. So if everything works out,
and weird,
it's going to be really different.
Well,
fun.
We've kind of done this before, but we'll see if it works out this time. Might be better.
We're going to scope out the location Saturday.
Yeah, well,
to make sure we can set up there.
Yeah, that's the least of our worries because the one time we did something like this, we had issues with lighting and
and then.
But it's going to be what it is.
Some tech stuff. Yeah.
But we'll deal. But things have gotten better, and that was like 4 or 5 years ago. So maybe things have gotten better. But anyway,
probably.
But more on that as soon as we get. We're still trying to figure out this week's show how to get that all together. But we will, of course, get it together. So what else about eBay's or anything else in the chat that we want to address?
Let's see. Was there a particular Mummy and the Monkey disc that sold more than others at Cinema Wasteland since
Yes.
the Bone Jangler? Yeah. So our straight to video stuff, like the indie movies. Our Pumpkin Spice 5 Halloween special seemed to do really well there. The movie for that special was The Dead Next Door, a movie made by J.R. Bookwalter, and that was made in the 80s in Akron, Ohio. It's a really cool zombie movie, so people seem to really dig that. And then Brides of Satan, the movie made by Joe Bizarro, that is straight to video. We could never put that on YouTube.
No.
It's a good movie. It's just not for the mini monsters.
And I like that too. I think that's a different. Number one, obviously, the strategy on that is it's something that you have to buy to be able to see. But it's like you get something for that
And
it
then
not being on there because it's something we could never show on YouTube.
Yeah, it's something we'll never have on YouTube, and we sign all the DVDs and Blu-rays. We always offer, autographs with it.
We were on Saturday was non-stop.
Like
constant.
We were everything opened up at 10.
We're not even exaggerating.
We had the screening at 10:15
right.
where we introduced it and greeted the fans that were the early birds that came out. It was a small group, some nice folks that came out. And then right after that, we had to go set up our table. So we were telling people, after the show, just stop by our table.
Yeah. And
we didn't do like a Q&A. We're just like, come on over and you could ask us stuff. Yeah, you could talk to us there.
We even had other dealers and other vendors and filmmakers who don't, work in some sort of a costume or anything like we do. But even these were younger. I mean, not about your age, I would say, younger than me anyway. I'll say.
Yeah. But
they were even tapped at the end of the day. Some people, the one guy, Steven, who we met, the filmmaker, who we'll talk about his movies a little bit here.
Yeah.
He, someone said what was his Facebook post? People were asking me if I was going to hang out after the Saturday show.
And he was laying. There was a picture of him laying in bed,
sprawled on his bed, hotel bed,
out.
And he said, "Nope." Yeah, nope.
Because by the time...
This was my answer, he said.
Yeah, because people were asking, what are you going to do after the show? Are you going to go... Do you want to go hang out? And we're like, we're tired. We're going to go home and go to bed.
And when it's not that we haven't done that in the past.
Yeah, in the past, we used to hang out, like, when we booked a hotel and stayed... when we stayed at the hotel... when we could step away to take a break.
Right, we had a plan that we would alternate, holding the table down.
Yeah.
Which would have been a lot. I think, man, if we would have done that, it would have been weird because people were coming up. That would have been tough.
I would have still been tough.
But you still had to do it.
Even if we had a hotel room that Saturday, right. I probably still would have just passed out in the room.
But we would give each other like a half-hour break, just one during the work day.
Yeah.
And then we would have some rest up, and we get a little, maybe a half hour.
No, it was nonstop. It was fun though. It was great talking with all of you. It was a lot of fun.
Oh my God.
Yeah, once that dealer's room closed, once the show closed,
that was it. Done.
We were like, because we didn't get to take any breaks at all.
Yeah.
It was just boom, boom, nonstop.
Yeah. And plus we wanted to get home and watch the Bone Jangler show because I want to see it.
Yeah, of course. And we were hoping to catch the Bone Jangler show.
And I wanted to get home in time enough to tape Svengoolie, which was on as well.
So there were 2 shows.
Right. And we didn't watch it back, but we were looking to see what they were going to do next with Spawn of Svengoolie. Which is a whole nother subject, which is interesting.
I think we'll save that for another time.
That's what I just said.
Yeah.
So, we don't need to talk about it because enough people are talking about it.
Yeah.
But it's just, if you think about it, doing what we're doing now, injecting ourselves into the horror host, genre. It's an interesting time because
into that community.
Yeah, because all of this stuff is happening. This stuff wasn't happening 10 years ago. So horror hosting, I think, is becoming a little bit more prominent. You got Svengoolie, who's coming up, and the Spawn stuff.
And Joe Bob Briggs is on for another season on Shudder.
Yeah, that news dropped this weekend, and people are super excited about that.
That was big news because there's a ton of Joe Bob fans.
David Datsmalchian, the actor who wrote Count Crowley, the comic book, was based on a...
Aren't they making a movie?
He wants to. He's right now. He's got the second, second season or a book out now.
There's a comic book series.
Yeah, the series. Yeah. The second series is out of Count Crowley, and he's working with a mask maker, and they're making the masks of the characters from the comic series. And he's really pushing it. And he does want to make a live action movie.
Yeah.
Of Count Crowley. So
there's some cool stuff going on, but. The term horror host, people still don't always know it. They'll know the show or the characters, but they don't know that term. Because sometimes if we say horror host to a younger person, they're like, what? It's a niche term.
Yeah. Well, it's got to make a comeback. But there's still a lot of people out there that follow them and do like them.
Yes.
Which is great. And maybe, like anything else, like you say, whatever is old could be cool again.
What's old can be cool again. What's retro can be fun again.
Yeah, so there's hope that term will be something more household within the near future. And and I don't care who does it. I just want to see that come back.
That would be cool.
I would love to see that be a little bit more prominent on a national level instead of a local level, where that's where horror hosting was really prevalent. Was just sort of like, because not every state had one, not every city had one. So you know what I mean?
Well, there were characters nationwide,
but
not every city had one.
No.
It's all based on the market.
Right.
Each market's going to be different.
But with the internet and streaming, I mean, to me that's like a hope that it could be something bigger at some point.
Yeah.
But for how long, who knows? But that doesn't matter. Just as long as it has.
Bone Jangler says, I have to explain what a horror host is all of the time. If I show them a pic of us with Elvira, all of a sudden they know what it is.
That's why we say Mystery Science Theater, Elvira more.
Yeah. Svengoolie, like we'll use like the top, the bigger names. Yeah, if someone doesn't know, in hopes maybe they remember one of those characters.
And Elvira is the most the most recognizable one, just verbally. I've said Svengoolie a lot to people, and they still don't know. People
Really?
from Chicago. I'm like, Svengoolie, you're from Chicago, right? They're like, yeah, but they're not into that stuff. They're not into that.
Oh, like they just don't get it.
And it's not people at a convention. It's like people out, I meet.
Yeah, like everyday people.
Yeah, if I
normal
work with.
People. Well, some people Chicago, just aren't into the monster movies.
And that's what I just said, or anything like that's what I mean.
And it's a very niche thing. If you're into the monster movies or the horror films and stuff like that, then it might be easier to explain. Yeah. But if they're regular people who aren't into that stuff.
But it's interesting, and you would think though too that more people at a horror convention would know what a horror host is. But like I said, in that case, I think it's not that they don't like horror movies or even B horror movies. Is that where they grew up, there wasn't a horror host.
Yeah.
Seth
says people know the Crypt Keeper too. Yes, the Crypt Keeper was technically a movie host.
Yes.
We had a beer with the Crypt Keeper years ago.
John Cassier hung out with us.
And
not just
Hound.
us, but he came down and hang out with the other horror hosts.
With the other horror hosts. Yeah. And it was like,
He said he would try to come down and hang out for a little bit.
Because there was like a little separate room in the one hotel where I guess the horror hosts were hanging out.
Condemned to.
And you could go down to this like one room in the back hallway by the janitor closet.
That was actually very fun.
But it was fun. It was cute.
And John Cassier comes waltzing in, and everyone's like, "Oh my god!"
He was really gracious to like spend a little time with everybody.
He was nice at the table and nice hanging out with people. He did half hour, 45 minutes.
Yeah, he's a super nice guy.
Got on with his night, but it was very nice to meet him. We got a picture with him somewhere around it.
Yeah.
We took some photos with him. He was super, super nice. So.
All right. So what else about Cinema Wasteland?
One last thing
we got some good video there too.
But one last thing about horror hosts to add onto the list. Chili Billy from Pittsburgh.
Yes.
That horror host. He's passed away, obviously.
He's been gone for
years ago,
a little while.
But if you didn't know, but they are bringing back that show. Is it Chiller Theater or just Chili Billy?
Oh, I don't know this.
It's not him, obviously, but it's a weatherman or someone that they.
I just burped and talked. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
It might have been picked up on the mic.
Live. So anyway, but again, so that TV station in Pittsburgh thinks it's cool enough to put 10 episodes they're going to do of a revived Chili Billy horror host show. So there you go.
So they're bringing back a Chili Billy type of character.
Right.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
As a throwback, like a tip of the hat to the original.
Yep, absolutely.
Okay.
So anyway. But you said we got a lot of footage there. We did. We did good.
I think we did good. Craig Muckler, he's a B-movie filmmaker guy, and he's acted in some films. He, I guess, is in L.A., but was from Minnesota, and he has a very Minnesota accent.
He could be the Riddler or something.
Oh, he's super nice. And with the guests, if they come off as very friendly and approachable, then I'll ask hey, would you like to be in a video for our YouTube channel? There's other guests that aren't as approachable or friendly, so we just leave them alone. And
he was another movie I have to find. But he was in a movie called Microwave Massacre.
Which
we have somewhere. I bought.
We haven't seen it yet.
A couple years ago. But then we bought this from his table, Murder Hornets.
I mean, we had to get it, right? Murder Hornets. Why not?
Like I said, I just whipped out some of that FU money I made. It's like, no problem.
Did he sign it?
No, we didn't have him sign it. Or on the inside. Was there something? No,
he signed the inside of it.
He signed, Sharpie on the black. You can't even see it. But who cares? That's neat. But yeah, what a cool dude. We interviewed him. We interviewed Toby Radloff of killer nerd.
Oh,
thing.
the nerd guy. He's a character.
He's a Cleveland.
And he's a Clevelander.
He's a Clevelander. He used to work with Harvey Picar of American Splendor comic book fame. If you haven't checked out American Splendor, if you don't know about it, it's like an underground type comic that a very eccentric guy named cartoonist, writer I should say. He didn't draw it. Artists like Gary Dumm, who's another local Cleveland artist, would illustrate these books. So we know Gary.
I've seen the.
But it was like Harvey's life stories, and he was a very peculiar human being. Interesting. If you want to look up some clips of Harvey Picar, Pekar, on David Letterman, look at those interviews. Watch some of those. Oh my God, Dave would just mess with this guy incessantly, and he was very serious. This guy just could not, I think he got it, but at the same time, he was very annoyable. You get annoyed. But there's a killer nerd poster, and we bought the killer nerd.
And then a documentary he had too.
And then a documentary.
Some type of documentary about his nerddom.
We just threw money at the guy and was like, "Here, take our money and let's."
Well, and he was nice, and he agreed to a little video interview.
Yes. What did we get? Oh yeah, and
so some of these clips you'll be seeing on future episodes of The Mummy and the Monkey.
We got the killer
footage
nerd
from Cinema Wasteland.
Killer nerd duology. Look at that. There's Toby right there. And this is his genuine nerdology, and he's a funny dude because all of the stuff was pre-signed, So I guess he was just selling stuff and didn't have to worry about it.
Oh, just here, it's already signed.
It's already signed.
He was very efficient with that.
Yeah,
planning ahead.
He is a very so he used to work with Harvey Picar in medical. Like at a hospital in the records department.
Is that how they met?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And,
I didn't know the origin story.
Yeah, and so since he is an interesting guy all on his own, he was in some MTV stuff. He got pulled to do a few things, but and I've heard of the Killer Nerd movies, but I've never seen them yet. So I feel like again this Wasteland experience for me, it's a nice amalgamation of the stuff that we're participating as vendors.
Yeah.
And I actually got to buy stuff.
To buy some stuff, and we get to talk with some of these indie filmmaker people, and hopefully plan some collaborations.
Speaking of which,
hey, Lou.
One
I got
of
a Louie
the
here. I think he wants a treat. You want this? Yeah. Go ahead. I'm just gonna feed the Louie some treats.
No, you're good. You're good.
You want cookies? Here you go, buddy.
So one of the filmmakers we met. We didn't make them. We met.
No,
them.
we met them.
Was Steve Rudzinski.
Steve Rudzinski, and he's the creator of Karis Hell.
Now,
Karis Hell is a very
wait.
Wow, that first movie.
He's an independent filmmaker.
It's so different and weird.
He's got a table full of movies he puts out, right? And I purchased some of his movies a bunch of years ago.
Yeah.
One of them being Carousel, but I never watched it. So he gave us we bought Carousel 2 and 3 from him. So when we get home on Sunday, we got some food and everything.
What do we get? Some of his movies are also on Tubi.
Yes, well, I'm explaining that.
Okay, go ahead.
So we had to make up for the Arby's fiasco on Saturday night. But our big plan was to get a Mexican food from Cozumel, our favorite Mexican restaurant locally, and we grabbed some food from there, sat down, and started watching some independent movie stuff. Mm-hmm. We pulled up Karis Hell 1.
Tacos and Karis Hell.
And I couldn't believe it. It's
so
better
weird.
than I could. Oh, first movie we watched was
the first one is
but the first one we watched was Meowie
Halloween.
Now
it's about a talking cat. So he makes some gory, weird, out there movies like Karis Hell.
Way out there.
But then he also made some talking cat movies that are more like family friendly.
Right. And last year I bought a Die Hard cat movie from him.
Yeah.
So we haven't watched, but we're gonna say that for Christmas.
Yeah, there's other cat movies that he made that we need to see.
Yeah,
starring his cat.
And it has, and the reason why I haven't watched it has nothing to do with him or anybody, because I have stacks of movies. Like I'm sure many of you out there that are into this stuff that you haven't. Everyone has their piles of stuff that they haven't watched yet from years back. So we're gonna try to get through some of that. That's why I'm hoping we have some big snows this winter, so we can just. Got to stay in and watch movies.
Oh, darn, we're snowed in. I guess we can sit and watch movies.
We'll wind up doing eBay and working on other stuff, but hopefully we watch the movies. But anyway, we threw in Carousel, or we watched Carousel on Tubi. We watched
Carousel because we couldn't find the,
I have the first one somewhere. I think it's in this.
Well, and when you watch some of these filmmakers' movies on Tubi, they run commercials, and the commercials help them get some type of
Residuals.
They get residuals. Yeah.
Good. Well, there you go. So we watched Carousel 1, and I couldn't believe it. It was very, very good. It was refreshing, and I'm thinking, what are they going to do? What is it about, without giving too much away? It's about a carousel horse, one of those, statues that are on a carousel that goes round and round. A
carousel horse.
Who gets disgruntled with humanity, breaks away,
and goes on a murdering spree.
Yeah, and it's a little more layered than that.
There's more to the story, but that's the gist of it. A carousel horse gets pissed off and goes on a murdering spree.
Tell me you've seen that before.
I have never seen that in a movie before.
Yeah, and I know you could, and there's actually...
and the effects and everything are just so funny.
And I love the way it ended. I love what, I'm not going to say what, but I love the message, I should say, which totally justifies the whole thing. And, sorry, Art the Clown. I know he cuts people open and eats the guts, and there's blood and guts everywhere. But another killer clown, sorry, just not into
But
it.
a carousel horse?
Never seen that before.
Sure, why not? We've never seen it before, and it has kind of a neat story. You need, likable characters.
So as we said, there's 3 parts to this trilogy. That's why it's called a trilogy. And so we had to watch part 2. Oh my God. We watched
part 2. We didn't watch part 3 yet.
No, we have that sitting in our hot little hands here. I wanted to finish it out, but you're like, you need a break.
Yeah.
Carousel 2 is a little longer, and I think a running time. A lot different than 1 as far as the story and all that. It's more world building and gives you this background.
This weird, wacky backstory.
There's, again, stuff you ain't never seen before.
So anyways, let's get to comments.
So Steve Rosinski, thanks.
Yes. Thank you, Steve.
It's pretty, it was very entertaining.
We did like a DVD trade with Steve.
Yeah. Well, I bought stuff from him in the past.
Yeah, we've bought things from him before.
Oh gosh, yeah. I stole some stuff we need to watch.
Let's see. I'm checking comments here, guys. Let's see. Harvey Picard interviews on Letterman are a must-see. Says Scarred.
You ain't gonna believe it. Well, there
Seth
goes.
Says, yes, I own thousands of movies.
Here's one stack of the movies I bought and or traded.
And Pastor of Muppet says, man, in America, you can make a good living doing anything.
Yep.
Pick your thing, work hard, and collect the dollar signs.
Yep, I don't want to hear anybody complaining out there.
In theory, yeah. I mean...
I got no remorse.
If you're willing to work hard, you can earn some monies.
And here's the other stack of movies that I got. So stacks of movies. I couldn't help myself.
Is this Carousel on YouTube? No, Marty, it's on Tubi.
Tubi.
So if you have a Roku at home, you can access the Tubi app.
Or even if on the internet, can't you watch it online?
You might be able to watch it on their website also.
Yeah, I think so.
But on Tubi, it's a free app. It does run commercials. And if you go on Tubi and watch these indie films, it does support the filmmaker because they get a commission, or they get like a residuals. Yeah, from the ad revenue.
Yeah, and I know, we talked to Marty this over the weekend, and we had a discussion about and I've sympathized with you so much about just technology in general, the way things are. I know it was simple to just tune in a channel and just have to know channel number, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But Marty and I talked about was it the artificial, the AI artwork stuff that's out there now? He says,
cool, I got Tubi. And then Bone Jingler says, if you don't have a Roku, it's online.
Yeah, I think you'll watch Tubi online. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, Tubi, check it out. You won't, and Tubi definitely has
Tubi, yep.
Tons of stuff. I mean, you can't, what the hell did we watch that last night? Necropolis?
Necropolis from 1987. It's about a witch who has 6
breasts.
Originally from the 1600s, and then goes to the 1980s to like take over things and eat people and steal souls. And
now, Carousel was better than that, right?
Carousel was better than that. Necropolis had some cool scenes and was weird, really weird. And the lady who plays the witch, she looked like a skin and bones, like 7-foot tall supermodel.
It's like if David Bowie and Lady Gaga had a baby.
Yeah, it was really strange. I've got.
Oh, you didn't bring the water?
No, I've got fizzy water.
I don't want this, but all right. Need to wet my whistle.
But that was a weird one.
Show people what you got. Your Exorcist hoodie.
Yes. So yeah, let me get that, and then we could talk more about like eBay flea market stuff if you want. So.
Yeah.
James got me this hoodie. It's an Exorcist hoodie. It has like a quote from the movie with Reagan on the back. And then on the front, you know, it says The Exorcist. It's like a zip-up hoodie. And then it's got the demon face on the one sleeve. And then the, what's his name, Pazuzu?
Yep.
It's got Pazuzu on the other sleeve. And it's pretty cool. So we got that from Licks, the clothing vendors at Cinema Wasteland. And they sell some really neat, like, horror-themed t-shirts and sweatshirts. Ladies' clothing, like dresses and things like that. They had some cute dresses there, but I don't wear dresses that often. So I thought maybe I'll get something I could wear more of the, more of like an everyday thing.
Yeah, sorry, I had to get some water. I'm not a big fan of that fizzy water. It's got that weird aftertaste to it. Blech.
Oh, okay.
Not for me.
All right.
Bone Jangler says I have Tubi, Pluto, TV,
Yep,
Hulu, and
yep.
Discovery on my phone.
Yep. All of that. People watch on their phones. I mean, the phone. It's a media center.
Yeah.
You do
Tubi is
anything.
good, and Count Gordeval, Halloween is every other day special is good. Yeah, that's on Tubi.
That is awesome.
The Count
Man,
Gordeval's documentary, Every Other Day is Halloween.
quintessential horror host.
We have the DVD and the
Blu-ray.
Blu-ray of it.
We haven't watched the Blu-ray version yet.
Yeah, we got the Blu-ray from Count Gore back in April when he appeared at Cinema Wasteland, and he
Yep.
signed it for us.
And you're gonna have to whip out a copy of to show people too the Monsters Crash a Pajama Party, because that needs to be
Oh, so next
ordered
podcast,
now if you're gonna watch it.
I'm going to. Well, no, we have it. We have it.
No,
somewhere.
I'm talking about people if they want to get it.
Oh
order
yeah,
it now.
to get it for Halloween.
You need to order it now if you
Yeah,
can
that's
find
my
it.
favorite Halloween DVD.
It's quintessential. You
Ever.
need this. It's essential for your Halloween.
Monsters Crash the Pajama Party, and
We'll see.
it was made by Something Weird Video. They
It's
put that out.
awesome.
It is the most fun DVD you will ever have in your life.
Yeah, we'll have to show people what it is.
That's my opinion, though. I mean,
Yeah.
but
It's
I love
a good
it.
one. It's a good one. Okay, so we were talking about, are we gonna like do you doing eBay? Did you want to get anything more into that, or just want to keep mishmashing it up?
Okay, so we're in October now. The flea market season for the outdoor stuff is coming to a close.
Yes.
You know, we might have a couple more warm days where maybe we could go out for another day or so, but
But they officially close it at the end of October, and then do the first weekend of the month in November, right?
yeah,
Unless it's super warm.
for
right?
the local indoor one.
Yeah.
And then there's
Flea market.
like is it Jamie's that also has an indoor part?
They do.
Hartville has an indoor section. You know, where they have regular people, you know,
Yep.
set up there all the time. Streetsboro Flea Market has an indoor part. They're open year round. And it's nice that they're, you know, indoors, because if it's too hot outside, go shop in the air conditioning.
Carousel the second. See, these movies I watch again because I love them.
They're good.
I'm a fan now.
They're good. And there's so many now we need to watch.
Why did I wait so long? I feel so stupid
I don't know.
for waiting so long to watch.
So I need to do listing on eBay because I haven't listed anything in a while. So I need to do that. And there's we took down our big cartel store. Originally I set up a separate shop for our DVDs and autographs. And at first we had some orders, but as time went on, like no one was ordering anything on there. So I think I'm gonna put all that stuff like on my eBay store. And I'll just share the links to it like on social media.
Yeah.
Because I think maybe it's just easier to have it streamlined to just like a few things rather than like all these different websites to go to.
Right.
Maybe it was confusing people too much.
Probably.
So I updated our website, and then our Twitter account, or X, whatever they call it now. We weren't really that active on Twitter, and we just decided to get rid of it because most of our followers use Instagram or Facebook or YouTube.
Whoa.
What's that? Pastor Muppets,
Do I have
wow.
to get out my barber papa?
I guess
do.
it's not even Friday yet. Oh my goodness. Thank you.
That's very generous. Thank you, man. That's wow.
Oh my goodness, you didn't have to do that. Thank you. And then MoFH10 says, last weekend Mr. Lobo showed a flick called Mark of the Damned. It was shot by some folks in Virginia, and it was surprisingly good and very creative. Not sure if it's gettable. I'll have to look into it.
Well, it depends on the filmmaker. You know what their rights are and what they. I don't know. We have to contact someone.
Yeah,
But we have
Mr.
a bunch
Lobo's cool. Yeah,
gosh,
we
yeah.
like his videos.
Yeah, the Monster Channel had an episode of his on where they showed Dick Tracy versus Gruesome, and the raps, the stuff he was doing in between. I was like, I couldn't believe how funny. To me, it made me laugh.
Well, the character they had on there was hilarious for that particular episode. They had a character called Skankenstein.
Yeah, and I think
she was really funny.
From what I understand, she might have been someone else played another version of that. I think that's a reoccurring. That character's been on the show before. Okay. But he was like Dick Tracy. He was doing like a parody of the Dick Tracy character because they're showing a Dick Tracy movie.
Yeah.
And he was on the hunt for Skankenstein, or he was. it was funny, and it was really, really kind of like, wow.
Yeah.
Risque. And I thought that was kind of funny because his stuff usually is pretty.
Usually is a little more tame.
I think so, but maybe I don't watch it enough.
In my opinion, but
this
particular episode had a lot going on, and it was really funny.
I loved it.
Yeah, that we watched recently. So what else was I going to say? Oh, speaking of indie movies, people were suggesting indie movies.
Yes.
So we're going to play some independent films for the month of October.
That's correct.
We're in the past, we used to host for December and showcase indie films, but we thought it would be cool for the Halloween season to play some horror films that no one has, that like you guys haven't seen yet.
Dang it, yeah.
What are you doing over there?
I'm getting excited. I want to show everybody the movies and all the cool stuff I got. Go ahead.
So this Friday, we're going to be showing the movie called The Lunar Pack, made by a filmmaker called Jason. His name is Jason LaCoury.
It's not a space movie.
Hocus Focus Productions, and they make a lot of fun, cheesy indie movies. Yep. And the Lunar Pack, it's going to be all about werewolves.
It's an anthology, right? It's multiple stories. It's all werewolves.
Multiple stories about werewolves, and Debbie Rochon's in there too.
Yeah, it's actually
everyone loves Debbie Rochon.
It's a horror hosted format, so
we're hosting a horror hosted format
movie. Yeah, so it should be interesting. A host within a host within a host.
Yeah, so Jason let us, he said we could play his movie, and we're really excited about it.
Yep. So I got to get to work on that, and no sound effects though, right? Just sort of.
Probably no sound effects.
Okay.
I think they're okay on their own.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's less, editing.
Yeah.
Just need to break it up into the parts, or as we say, farts.
Yep. So we'll be doing that this week. And what else about the show?
We have a couple other, we have some more indie films kind of lined up, and I'm just trying to sort it out, like for, which movie will play what month.
Right.
Like there's one that. Well, because we're doing like 4 shows and then a Halloween show. Our pumpkins.
5 shows.
So 5 shows.
Oh, wow.
So it's like, which movie for which?
You guys are so spoiled out there.
Yeah. So and then we have to get the movies sorted through YouTube to make sure they're okay for YouTube.
Right. It's a process. But
change out any music if we need to.
Yeah. But yeah. So we're really looking out for you this month. We're gonna make it. A fun, spooky one, hopefully.
So we're talking with the indie filmmakers. They're on board. It's just getting the video files to,
act right.
Make sure they're okay on YouTube.
Act right.
Yeah.
All right. Can I show them my booty?
Show them your booty.
Yeah, I want to show
them. You're
going
to see James's booty.
So here's some stuff that I picked up at Cinema Wasteland, and was so happy to be, like I said, have some spending money where I didn't feel bad about spending it. Not that I feel bad about spending money, trust me. But this was like, I felt like, hey, let's have a little fun. Because I love indie movies. Well, we stopped at Henrik Kuto, our buddy Henrik Kuto, and he makes a bunch of independent films. And
he does, and he's hosted movies before, and he has a show on Tubi called Popcorn Fodder.
Yes.
Where he hosts some public domain.
There's like 8 episodes, I think, on there of pop. And he's a movie. He does like the Joe Bob Briggs thing, where he's like gives you tons of factoids about the movies and his little fun jokes and things like that. Sitting on a couch. I think sometimes with his dog.
With popcorn.
Yeah, and popcorn. And he talks about the movies, and it's it's very. So look up Popcorn Fodder, Fodder on Tubi, and you will love it. But he had some movies out. This is another horror hosted thing he kind of did with again. It was just the
Devilish Tales.
Yeah, it's a little anthology of monster, like little fun independent shorts. Something called it's a double feature, Rip and Violent Instinct. One of these is his movies he directed. From A Ghastly Ghoul's Table, our buddy A Ghastly Ghoul, he has a character called Mr. Lick. I'm not sure what this is, but this looks interesting. We'll watch. I think it's a short film. And something for Christmas we can watch.
The Ghastly Movie Show.
The Yule 2001 thing. This stuff is so psychotronic and fun.
Nice.
I can't wait to watch this.
And that is that his show was on TV in Dayton, Ohio.
Yeah, he's a horror host out of Dayton, Ohio.
Yeah, and Dr. Creep was also from Dayton, Ohio.
From the 90s, I believe, probably the late 80s until the 2000s, yes, he was doing this
Yeah.
thing. And still does stuff. From James Bell's Table, a very fine crap production. This is a movie called Manure.
Manure.
Oh, boy.
Looks like a crappy movie to me.
Can't wait for that one. That's Wasteland, baby. Here's some random stuff that's mainstream, but it's kind of neat. Rudy Ray Moore, who has also played the character Dolomite.
Oh, that'll be fun to watch.
A couple of his stand-up things. This is Rudy Ray Moore is Rude. I've seen this one before.
Dolomite's one of your favorites.
That's my favorite movie of all time.
Wow.
The first Dolomite.
Your favorite one of all time.
I can recite. I could sit there and do. I should do like a one-man show, Dolomite, the movie. And
he can recite the whole movie.
Live at the Wetlands, man. I got that one. And I got some Beelzebub movies, which I can't show the titles to. This was a weird one.
Oh, that good, huh?
Yeah, the world's grossest video. I don't know. It looks really super independent. It looks like people throwing up on the sidewalk. I don't know what's going on.
Who put that one out?
Brain Damage Film.
Well, that explains everything.
There you go.
That's super indie.
The Beelzebub
low budget
thing, it's called Disgruntled Employee, and I can't show the back thing there, but no, whatever that is. His stuff is weird, but
very over the top.
But for me, it's very Wasteland. So he used to be a staple there. I don't think he shows up there anymore, but
no.
If you know, you know.
I think he moved or something. Yeah.
And there's another Beelzebub movie called Stereotypes Don't Just Disappear into Thin Air, and you know, this is gonna be really just stupid. And there's a Nazi on the back there talking to I don't know what's
weird.
You want to read that one?
Oh, so this one we were looking for. We were really excited about this movie.
I didn't know it was going to be there. I looked for it online.
Well, someone was talking about it, and we're like, oh, it's here.
Well, they screened it.
Oh, no, that's right. They screened it. And I was reading the flyer, and I'm like, oh, they must have this movie here somewhere.
And I'm thinking, I was looking for this movie online, and they were out of copies. But
you found one at Wasteland.
The guy was sitting there at Nathan Rumler's table.
And the movie is Satanic Soccer Mom from Ohio.
Ooh.
Satanic Soccer Mom from Ohio. So
love it.
We get to see see what's going on there.
Now, and then we'll figure out what's going on here in Ohio now. I knew it.
Yeah.
From Nathan's table, Nathan Rumler, filmmaker who did Amityville Vibrator. That's all we'll say. Look that. I don't know.
That's all we could talk about.
That one might be streaming somewhere. I thought it was for a while. I don't know. But this is. I think he has a little short film in this one called Symbolicus 3.
Thea says I gotta find that now.
What, Amityville?
Yeah. Well, no, the other one.
Oh, Satanic Soccer Mom.
So let me look at the comments here. I remember Dolomites. It's the.
Oh, my favorite.
Marty says, "Man, move over and let me pass."
Let me pass, for I have to be pulling these hush puppies out your.
Yeah.
I can't say the rest.
Don't say the rest.
Man. His voice, man, I love his
voice.
More stuff though. This one, there's a filmmakers there that's called Toe Tag Productions. I found something in someone's bin. It's called August Underground Penance, which I've never seen any of their stuff. I saw one Fred Vogel film, who's the guy who runs Toe Tag. We saw the interview movie.
The last interview?
Last interview.
That movie was actually pretty good.
It was really weird. It's very intense and just...
It was very intense.
And I think most of the violence is in your imagination.
Well, because they're talking about it, but they don't show it.
And I think these other movies are the opposite of that.
That other one is more psychological.
Yeah, this one's more action. Oh, here's another one you might want to.
Oh, this one is fun. Well, I haven't seen it yet, but it looks fun. It's called Bathtub Shark Attack. Bathtub Shark Attack.
Can't go wrong with that, right?
There was Sharknado, all those shark movies. This says it's in Splash-O-Vision.
Oh boy.
Splash-O-Vision.
I don't know what that means, but we're going to find out.
Cindy and Chad have their share of relationship issues, but after moving into an old apartment building, their problems are about to really bite.
Oh my.
Gross Fest limited edition.
Yeah, we talked to the Gross Fest people there, Tim and Tom Gross.
Yeah.
Yep. Here's another thing called the Chainsaw Sally Show. I think these are like multiple episodes of a weird... This is from the Trauma Table, by the way.
Oh, I'm sure.
And we got to see Lloyd Kaufman. He was hanging out all weekend.
We got to talk with Lloyd Kaufman.
Yes, at the end there we got to talk to him a little bit and take some pictures. Didn't interview him this time, but we got to see.
He was too popular. Like, we would go over there to try to ask if he wanted to be videoed, and He had a line of people. Like, everyone wanted to go see Lloyd Kaufman at the Troma booth.
This one was Matthew Parmenter, our friend there, artist and filmmaker.
Yes.
He actually produced this movie called Murder in Black Satin. He said that this was up for some awards and definitely
Yeah, he said it got
for a film festival.
Yeah, it was at a film festival.
So this looks really good. Can't wait to check that one out. You interviewed her. This was from the Troma table as well.
Yes, so this we interviewed one of the actresses from this movie. It's called Divide and Conquer, a film by Mercedes the Muse.
It looks wacky.
So it's really
Troma-ish, you know.
Yeah.
She said there's a lot of stuff in there.
And it has traumatic extras, it says.
Oh boy.
Introduction by Lloyd Kaufman, cast and crew commentary. So cool.
We'll be able to carry the Wasteland on until next spring. We stopped by the Son of Ghouls table, and I picked up Godzilla vs. Megalon episode he has. Love that movie, so, get to see the Son of Ghoul host that.
And Son of Ghoul is still on television in the Akron-Canton area if you're in Ohio.
And a fan stopped by named Errol, his name was, and he gave us this Ghoul, 50 million Ghoul fans can't be right, Voyage to the Bottom of the Barrel Volume 2 CD.
So it's like an audio
really
CD.
Neat. And there's the Ghoul on the back there with smoke coming out of his head. And another guy named Mark stopped by and lent us several Ghoul DVDs. This is one of them. This is 35 years of Ghoul power. I'm going to dub these and give them back to him or send them back to him.
Bone Jangler says that CD is awesome.
Yeah, I know. I mean, this is just like...
Yeah, I think we had one. We didn't have that other one.
Yep.
So that was really nice.
We got some... Marty stopped by, like we said, and we got some original art from Mart. Look at this. It's
hold it up to the...
Yeah, hold that... Where I got it.
Yeah,
it's like if the Thing, Mummy the Monkey Thing style, like the movie The Thing, the Carpenter,
Monsters.
John Carpenter, us morphing into
very
each other.
Very monstrous.
Yes, frameable original, and then another frameable color one. Thank you, Marty, for that.
Yes, thanks, Marty.
That's just too cool for school. I love it.
Very cool.
Yep, always nice to see that kind of stuff come in. Got some, of course, they have everything there. Got some comic books. I got 3 issues of Chamber of Darkness, a Marvel comic, reprints of old monster comics. Just readers, they're in decent. $2 a piece. Can't go wrong with that, right? Good reading right before watching, other shows and scary movies. Make a whole night of it.
Comical books and scary movies.
I had this issue when I was a kid of Famous Monsters. I have a photo of me holding this, so I'm going to recreate that photo of me holding it. Oh. Now I got the Incredible Melting Man issue of
there you go.
Famous Monsters. Also I have to find this movie. I haven't seen this movie. I saw the movie it was based on, but I haven't seen Black Devil Doll. I got the bobblehead of Black Devil Doll. It's like some militant killer devil doll.
A killer doll.
He's got the beret and a gun.
Think like Chucky and stuff like that.
Yeah, but there's a movie called what's it called? Something. I think it's called Black Devil Doll, but it's like a indie movie, but it's older than this. This is like a parody of that other bad movie.
Yeah, and then like every now and then people would ask, "Oh, where's your monkey? Where'd the monkey go?" Right. I'm like, "Oh, he's probably back there shopping."
Check this out.
The monkey was shopping.
I got this for $10 towards the end. It's Screamin' Jay Hawkins album, purple vinyl. Look at this thing. It's called Screamin' Jay Hawkins: The Bizarre Years. So he had normal years? I can't believe that. Look at that, baby.
Ooh, purple vinyl.
10 smackaroos. Thanks, Steve. Hooked me up with that one. And you gotta love Screamin' Jay. What's the big song he did everybody loves?
I Put a Spell on You?
I Put a Spell on You.
Yeah.
Awesome
Didn't
stuff.
he would come out of the coffin and stuff?
He had a whole...
He would do these weird, stage performances.
And then from our buddy Dirk
cool.
Dirk Manning, who's a writer, a prolific writer, writes horror books and comics. Cthulhu Jr., they had a plush. Cthulhu Jr. plush. And these are very limited. These were made just to go, you can buy them and buy the comic with them. I have the comics already.
He's got really cute little dooblers.
It's Cthulhu Jr.
He's got these cute little dooblers.
Yeah, and I just thought that was really cute, so I had to pick that up. So, as you can see, toys, comics, CDs, records, it's like perfect, DVDs. Oh, and another fan, Paul, brought me some movies on a thumb drive to watch.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Die You Zombie Bastards.
Vampire Night,
The Challenge,
Dracula, The Great Undead.
Filmhouse Fever.
Some of these we haven't heard of.
Bambi Meets Godzilla, which we know.
Oh, everyone has seen that one.
Gravity, not the Sandra Bullock one, right? Porky's Picture Show is supposed to be some banned Porky Pig cartoons.
Oh, okay.
Or something that the animators did to make fun of the cartoons and they never
I don't
released
know.
it. But anyway, great stuff.
Bone Jangler says, do you ever see any of the old 70s Monster Madness magazines from Marvel?
They have everything. Where, at the show or in general?
Just in general.
Oh yeah, those are the ones where they have. It's pictures from the movie that they put the captions on, the word balloons, and it's just it's a whole like Mad magazine shape size magazine.
Oh, okay.
But it's all still
I don't
pictures from
remember
monster
that.
movies. I do. Oh yeah. I mean, I might have a few of those laying around. I think I do.
And then Mofei Chen says, good night. He's leaving for now.
Mofei, have a good night. I think we're ready to wrap up too.
Yeah,
aren't
we should probably wrap this up pretty soon. But yeah, we are excited about all the goings-ons this October. We were also invited by a haunted house.
Oh, just
to
recently.
film there recently, so we have to figure out what day we're going to do that. But
Yeah.
we're excited about it. We have another appearance at the end of the month. Shows lined up that we have to prepare for.
Oh my gosh, we're busy.
And we're excited about showing some indie movies for October. Something a little bit different. And then after Halloween, we'll go back to our regularly scheduled programs.
Yeah, more farts.
The
and movies
public domain movies with the sound effects.
full of farts and fun. So
Yeah.
yeah, we'll get our fart show title back. But yeah, so hopefully, I think this Wasteland kicked off this month, the Halloween month, perfectly for us because I'm in the mood.
Yes.
I can't wait.
And we need to decorate this more for Halloween.
Ooh.
We need to do some decorating here.
So I mean, like I said, if the rest of the month goes as well as the Wasteland weekend went, I'll be really happy. Mm-hmm. It'll be a fun one.
Yeah.
And someone's got a special birthday coming up, don't they?
Oh, I don't know who. I don't know. All right, guys. So we'll let you go for now. Thanks for watching. If you like this podcast, if you like hanging out with us on YouTube, hit the like button. You can hit subscribe. I am going to work on another video for the channel members. I know we need to put another video on there. I try to put 1 or 2 up every week for you guys, so you get a little extra for supporting our channel as being a monster member.
That's right. I think little Cthulhu Jr. is going to sit in for our mini monster segment this week.
He could. He is pretty adorable.
All right. Hey, Mama Monkey, say goodnight to everybody.
Good night, everybody.
All right. And with that, we'll see you next time on Living
The Scream.
Night.
Bye, guys.